Hi, guys. So, we're going to dig a little deeper here and talk about our lovely sun. So, with the sun, there's some big vocabulary words. So, I want to kind of review, but yet share some fun facts about the sun. So, the sun actually accounts for 99.8% of our solar system's mass. Wow, the sun is massive. Because of how big the sun is, it exerts a massive amount of gravity. And that gravity is so strong that it actually holds all of our planets in orbit. So let's talk about what's on the inside of the sun. What makes up the sun? The sun is much different than Earth, but not just because it's hot. The sun does not have a solid surface. It is instead a big glowing ball of gas held together by gravity. In fact, the two gases are hydrogen and helium. The inside of the sun first begins with a layer called the core. Okay, so it's important you know the layers of the sun in order. So the core is on the inside of the sun. Then our next layer is the radiation zone. Radiation zone. So you got the core. Then this is the next layer of the sun that comes right after the core. And it's so tightly packed here that it would actually literally take you 100,000 years to even get through this zone, which you can't even do in the first place. So our next layer, so core, radiation zone, still on the inside of the sun, it's called the convection zone. This is the outermost layer of sun's interior. So it's the outer layer of the sun's interior. So still on the inside. So we look here, my mouse is pointing to the core. Okay. Then the next layer is right here. It's called the radiation zone. Still on the inside. This is the convection zone. Okay. Now we're going to move to the sun's atmosphere. The layers include the chromosphere and the corona. Okay. So now as we keep moving outside that sun, we're getting farther and farther out. This is the first layer of the atmosphere, still of the sun. It's called the photosphere. And I always remember the word photo means light. So this is the layer that gives off visible light. Okay, so when you actually look at the sun, you are looking at the photosphere. Okay, the next layer is the chromosphere. Okay, so here's a nice picture of the chromosphere. So this isn't considered outside the sun. So we're done with the inside of the sun. And chromo means color sphere. Okay, so this is what you actually see during a solar eclipse, the chromosphere. All right, we're still moving outside that sun. So after the chromosphere, it's called the corona. Okay, I always tell kids it's like a halo around the sun. So you see like an angel has a halo. Okay, this makes up, I call it the halo around the sun. And it actually means halo in Latin. So here's a nice picture of the sun. So here's the core inside. Next layer, I've heard it pronounced radiative zone or radiation zone. I've seen both in textbooks. So you notice the PowerPoint said radiation zone. Here the diagram saying radiative zone, okay? Then still on the inside, convective zone. So core, radiative zone, convection zone. Then we're going to move outside the sun. The first layer is the photosphere, chromosphere. Then the outer layer, like a halo, is called the corona. So besides having all these features of the sun, there's some sunspots. These are like dark spots, kind of say they're like birthmarks on you, but the sun has these dark spots on it called sunspots.